Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is how I do my contour and my highlight. I don't do this every day, but when I really want to look beat to the gods and everything, slaying everybody, I do this. This is what I do. All of the products that I use, I will tell you about them, and they're also all affordable. I cannot talk. And they will also be in the description bar below, so make sure that you check that out as well. So let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so you first want to start off with a fresh face. I already did my eyebrows and my eyes, which on my eyes I just have concealer and mascara. And the next thing that you want to do after you start off, you want to make sure that your face has been washed and is moisturized. And then you want to use a primer. The primer that I'm going to use today is the Maybelline New York Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. This primer helps erase your pores, and I have very porous skin, so I love this. This can be considered a dupe for the Benefit Professional, but this is just like $6, so we're gonna use this today. And we're also gonna pair it with another one. I'm just putting it where I have big pores, so I have it right here, and for some reason I have on the side on my nose, I don't know why, or on my cheeks, but it's whatever. We're gonna pair this with the Sheer Envy Pore-Defense Primer Serum from Hard Candy. I just like this as a regular primer as well. It does help erase your pores, but I also just like to use it, and I'm just putting it wherever I didn't put the baby skin. Alright, and after you put on your primer, you want to make sure that you let it sit and just soak into your skin for at least a minute. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the foundation that I'm going to use today. Today I'm using the Revlon Photoready Airbrush Effect in 005 Natural Beige / Beige Natural. That's the same thing, girl. But this does have SPF 20 in it, and that is great because you want to make sure that you're always wearing sunscreen when you go out into the sun and all that good stuff. But this has to be one of my most favorite foundations as of right now. This is also probably the most expensive foundation that I have, and it was just like $11–12, and all of the rest of them were cheaper than that. But this is great. I love this. It has great finish on it. The coverage on it is wonderful. To apply the foundation, I'm going to use this brush, and this is from the company Best Top, and I don't know where you can buy this from, but I know you can buy it off of Amazon because that's where I got this one from. This is just a really full makeup brush, and I love it. So yesterday I applied it straight to the brush, and I found myself having to keep putting product on the brush because I think it was seeping down into the brush. So today I'm just gonna apply it on the back of my hand, and I'm going to do 2 generous pumps and then dip the brush. Alright, now we're going to start on our under eye, and before I apply any concealer or anything, I want to go in and I want to correct it just so it can be bright and just look all you know, good and stuff. So we're gonna go in with this NYX Color Correcting Concealer palette, and it looks like this, and it has all the different colors in there. And we're gonna go in with the salmon color right here, and we're going to use this Wet n Wild large concealer brush. So I'm just gonna dip it into the salmon color, and we're just going to apply it under the eye. And to blend that out, we're just going to use this e.l.f. small stippling brush, and it looks like this, and it's dirty because I used it. So we're just gonna blend it out with that, and we're just going to dab it in just like we did with the foundation. Now we're going to use the Maybelline Fit Me concealer and number 20 sand, and it just looks like this. I need some more, but we're just going to apply it everywhere that you would like to be highlighted at, which that's mostly under the eye right here, on your nose, on the bridge of your nose. And then I just like to go up onto the forehead. My forehead is big, so I don't like to highlight that much on the forehead. Then we're gonna do just a little bit on the chin and on the Cupid's bow right there. Alright, now for the contouring part, we're going to take this NYX Wonder Stick, and this is in the universal shade. And the good thing about this is that it comes with a highlighter on one end, but I don't use that one. And then it comes with the contour stick, and you can tell that I've used this so much, like for real. So to contour, the easiest way that I can tell you how to do it, especially on your jaws, is to just make that face. And you just want to start from your hairline and go just halfway. You don't want to go all the way down here. Listen, you don't want to stop right there either. You just want to start like right here just a little bit. Just like that. Because you really want it to look natural. Unless you don't, then do whatever you want to do. We're also going to do the jawline, and I like to start just a little bit behind my ear. Like that. Then you want to do the forehead, and I like to do the forehead a lot because I have a big forehead. So we're just gonna go around, and you see I'm not putting it right on my hairline because when we blend it, it's obviously gonna go ahead and blend. Make sure you do your temple because you want everything to just look all natural, and I just like to connect it to where I did the jaw. Now for the nose, I'm going to take this small e.l.f. professional concealer brush is what it's called. It looks like this. It's just small, and I dip it onto the NYX contour, and I just go in and I contour my nose. I don't contour my nose like every day when I do my makeup. Only when I really want to look banging do I contour my nose. Alright, to blend in the contour, I'm going to use this Best Stop brush right here. It's just a flat brush. I think it's kind of like a flat kabuki, could be. And just to blend out the highlight, we're going to go back in with the e.l.f. stippling brush. So what we're going to do next is take our concealer that we highlighted with, and when you blend out the contour on your jaws, it can kind of just go away a little bit. So we want to bring it back some, and we're going to go under where we contoured it and just highlight. And we're just going to blend this in with that stippling brush. And you want to make sure that you blend down, not up, because if you blend up, you're going into your contour. Alright, now we're going to go in back with the brush that we blended out our contour with, and we're just gonna go under our chin again, because where we blended out that concealer, we don't want to get too much. I'm just gonna take it a little bit under my lip as well, because that gives the illusion of a bigger lip. And then we're just going to blend out any other harsh lines. Like that. Alright, now we're going to set our contour, and we're going to use this, I don't know what type of brush this is meant for. This might be the blush brush from Wet n Wild, and we're going to go in with the Wet n Wild Megaglo contouring palette in Dulce de Leche. And it looks like this. This is great. This is also what we're going to set our highlight with. And we're going to go in to the contour color. And you want to tap off any excess, because it can get very pigmented over here. And you just want to bronze up that skin. Now for the under eye where we concealed that, we're going to, because as you can see, I crease under the eye. We're just going to take that stippling brush and just smooth it all out. This brush is probably the most expensive brush that I'm using today, but it is a Sephora brand brush, and it is their Contour Pro Contour number 79. And I'm just going to stick this. It looks like this. It's kind of just tapered. I'm gonna stick it. I'm gonna dab it into the product and set everywhere that you highlighted at. Alright, so now after we've set the contour, we've set the highlight, we're going to just make sure that we set the whole face. There can never be too much setting going on. So I'm going to use this e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder. It looks like this. Yes, it looks white in the thing, but it's translucent when you apply it on your face. And I'm just going to use this Wet n Wild all over face brush, I guess. Alright, we're going to take this BH Cosmetics Contour and Blush palette, and I'm going to take this blush color right here. You can find these at Target. Not at Target, honey. At TJ Maxx. They're still in there, so run and get you some. This was $9. I don't know. I did a haul where I mentioned this in it, and you can go and look at that. So I'm using the large stippling brush from Wet n Wild. As you can tell, the Wet n Wild new brushes with like the pink stuff at top, they're white and pink. These are so good and they're so affordable. The big ones are like $3.99, and like the small ones, hold on, the small ones like this one, like the concealer that I put on with it, blah blah blah, I don't know what I'm saying, costed 99 cents. So I'm using the stippling brush from my blush. Now I'm taking this color. Sorry if y'all hear noises. That's the truck. And I'm just going to apply it to my cheeks. And you also want to just kind of go to your hairline, because you want your makeup to look natural, but at the same time you want to look beat to the gods. So you just want to make sure that everything is blended out. And I'm just going to get a little bit on my brush, and I'm going to do it at the tip of my nose, because I find that that brings a little bit more color into our life. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to spray my face. This is the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer Mist, and it's supposed to last 12-hour power. And I just like to spray it. I either use this or an e.l.f. setting spray just to set everything and to make my skin feel more hydrated. Now it's time to highlight, which is my most favorite part of makeup right now. Why is my shirt all twisted and stuff? I don't know. But I'm going to use the Milani Tantastic Face and Body Baked Bronzer in Fantastic in Gold. So we're going to pair it with the Wet n Wild Megaglo Illuminating Palette and Catwalk Pink. We're going to take the brush that we set our whole face with and just buff that out a little bit, because you don't want strips, honey, on your face. You want it to look like God blessed you with that highlight right there. Like God blessed me with that. God has answered all of my prayers with this highlight. And you also just want to make sure that you blend everywhere you highlight that. Then we're going to put on the lips and we will be done. Today I'm going to use the Milani number 20 Uptown Mauve. This is such a pretty color. So that is how I do my highlighting and my contouring. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure that you hit that thumbs up button. I will see you guys in the next video. Always remember that I love you and thank you for all of the support that you guys have been giving me, and I will see you next time. I've already said that. But remember to always take life